finally watched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. 4K restoration is coming to theaters on the 18th of this month in August to celebrate its anniversary or birthday. And I understand why this film had that legacy and the impact that it does, why it's considered a classic here, but it didn't do much for me here. I did see this once when I was younger, and I don't remember the full thing. I can remember parts throughout it, right? And it's way less scary and gory than I thought. I really wasn't afraid of much. I was uncomfortable. They do accomplish that very well, the uncomfortableness, but I don't think it's scary at all now. And maybe it's because I've seen so much other stuff, or the gore might not be much, just because we're 50 years removed from the release of this. And I don't think the acting is that good for a majority of it, but it's fine, if that makes sense. You know, budget's low, the way this was made, it's crazy, right? And movie's over 50 years old, and I could imagine how much scarier this film would have been if I was alive in '74 in its release, when hitchhiking was more popular and horror hasn't become what it is now, right? But I will say this movie is a very hot, sweaty, and grainy movie, and blue as fuck, and I loved it, right? I love how this movie looks, and I only wish that one of my local theaters will get this in a 4K restoration, put it up there, so I can see that grain on a large screen. I can hear the loudness of this movie because it is very loud. And I really did love how blue the night was. You know, this is shot really good. There's a great beauty to most of these shots that really can capture the rural gothicness of southern rural places like this that I really love. And I don't feel like a lot of films have captured that same feeling of what it's like being out in the middle of nowhere. And I think that's kind of the reason why this movie is so beloved. Even if the horror part for me doesn't do much, or the gothic, I think this movie just feels very authentic and real. You know, it captures that feeling of being hot and stuffy and sweaty, so you feel like you're suffocating, and they put this into a movie, and watching it, it works.